Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajigs Racing Channel. We have got a treat for you, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get filthy. We're going to get down and dirty, all in the mud, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Lancia Delta... What was it? Lancia Delta... Intrigale. I wanted to say Stratos. I'm getting my rally cars all mixed up. So, yes, it's been a cracking season so far. We're into round 8 here at Sardegna Windmills. The last time we guys saw these take the Lancias onto a little bit of the dirty stuff was way back at Barcelona. And man alive, did we have a lively race. We had an absolute banger. It slapped. So I am pumped about this one, ladies and gentlemen. The championship could not be tighter. I mean, yeah, Mad Dog, he's running away with it, but the rest of the field are so jumbled up, and they're moving each week in the championship. It shows you how tight it is. And with only 3 more rounds to go, including this one, it's still anyone's to take, I think. Right, I'll get you the table. I'll do the table. We're going to have 3 15-minute sprint races here on the mud, ladies and gentlemen, at Sardegna. And we're going to see what these Deltonas are all about. That's what we're going to be doing today. Right then, the championship table so far then is Mad Dog, Wayne G at the top on 233 points. Niggle is in second on 213 points, with Hodgie in third on 203 points. We've got a 3 thing going on, haven't we, there? 3-3, 1-3, and 0-3. It's interesting. Brownie is fourth on 199 points, still rather close. Silly Shot is in fifth on 197 points, only 2 points behind Brownie, and very close to those top 3. Slowpoke is sixth on 196 points, only 1 point away from Silly Shot. Like I said, it is tight. Carlsberg is in seventh on 151 points, with Firepower in eighth on 123 points. Phaser is in ninth on 122 points, with Psy in 10th on 121 points. Tight. Hawkeye is in 11th on 110 points. Tath is 12 on 58 points. Nath is 13th on 47 points, and the Saint is 14th on 17 points, only after taking part in 1 round. Right then, so that championship, ladies and gentlemen, that must whet your appetite for some close, tight racing, and that's what we've got for you right now, I am sure. Or we've got some cars sliding off into the shadow realm, never to be seen again. We'll see. We will see, shall we? So they qualified. I don't know what qualifying looks like in the mud. Must have been fun. But they have an order, ladies and gentlemen. And that order is the Mad Dog on pole. He is still going for it, ladies and gentlemen. They're chasing him down. They're hunting him like the fox, and he is evading their advances. So, yeah, the Mad Dog's still on top of the pile for now. He's being chased, ladies and gents. Psy is second on the grid. Psy really taking to the Lancia Deltas. He has dropped in, and now he is absolutely flying. So Psy... joining later in the season, we're seeing his progression up through the grid rather quick. Lickety-split, I would say. Third spot then, it's Silly Shot, ladies and gentlemen. Silly Shot also a contender, it would seem. In this arena, it takes a lot to be a contender, but the fresh blood that has come in has absolutely hit the ground running, with Psy, Silly Shot, and Carlsberg being just a few of the newer names. And it makes this championship very exciting. I'm very much looking forward to what car they choose next and how they're going to race that bad boy. Hey, ladies, look, he's on fourth. It's Phaser in fourth. Phaser starting to get to grips maybe with the Delta, or it just went his way, or everybody else had a really bad day. We won't know until the race starts, but it lifts my soul high, ladies and gentlemen, to see Phaser getting what he deserves out of this car. He's had a torrid championship so far, as many of them would say they have. It's been a grueling championship, it has to be said, in the Lancia Delta, and I appreciate these guys have just knuckled on. They've ground on, even though it would be easy to walk away from this car and say never again. But they've stuck to it. And yes, seeing Fazer up there in the top half, it is pleasing me. It pleases Thingy. In 5th place, Brownie, another contender, ladies and gentlemen. Brownie down in 5th. The last time we saw them take to the mud, Brownie was somewhat of a master. And in qualifying, not gone as well as he would like, maybe. Or maybe he is exactly where he wants to be, where he can look at his prey and get them from behind. You do not know. So that's Brownie in 5th place. 6th place goes to Carlsberg. Ladies and gentlemen, Carlsberg. Also, again, I think we saw flashes of brilliance from him when we last was in the muddy stuff. So Carlsberg, I mean, Jesus, they've all got the chance to win here. It could go any way. Niggle all the way down in 7th. He's 2nd in the championship, ladies and gentlemen. He's got Silly Shot coming up close behind, and this is not what he needs. This is not what his championship campaign needs right now. Hey, Adam in the chat, help Thingy and crew. It's just me and you, bro. It's just me and you. So, yeah, Niggle hanging out there in 7th place. 8th goes to Slowpoke, and Slowpoke, another championship contender, down at the wrong end of the grid, which just means we've got even more juicier racing ahead, because you know these guys are not going to be hanging around down in 7th and 8th, Niggle and Slowpoke. Not doing the qualifying how they would like, and they're going to be coming through lickety split. Sid the Sloth is in 9th, and that is one of the most pleasant liveries I've ever come across. It just soothes me. There's something soothing about that livery that just calms me down. I just feel good. So that's Sid the Sloth then in 9th, and Firepower seeing up the rear in the Castrol Lancia. Oh, we're going to hear a lot of there's movement at the door because bloody the wife's mowing the lawn. The last mow of the year, ladies and gentlemen. And then it's winter. So Firepower then, he's in 10th. He's in that really battle with Fazer and Hawkeye, with no Hawkeye here though to score points. Good for Fazer. Right, enough jibber jabber. That's enough of that. Let's get down to what you're here for, a little bit of racing. Ladies and gentlemen, as they line up on the grid for round 8, it's a go. Wow, that was quick, wasn't it? My Lord. Mad Dog with the reactions of a fly. You know, when you try and swat them, they're gone already, isn't they? So, Wayne, the Mad Dio Double G, is away. And Silly Shot chasing him down with Sai right there in his rear derriere. Fazer holding on to that 4th place at the moment with Brownie up in his rear derriere. And the visual, they can't see a thing in the mud when they're racing each other. It's so crazy. Slowpoke in 7th, I'll show you, look. This is what they get to see. It's fantastical. Driving blind, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I think I heard someone hit a barrier as Slowpoke has a sniff at the Berg. But there's nothing happening just so far. Niggle losing a spot. Niggle starts this season have been left a lot to be desired, I must say. Slowpoke as well, slipping down behind Sid the Sloth, who's giving it big balls. Go on, you maniac. Go on, you crazy mofo. And Sid the Sloth then going very wide in that corner as he chases down Carlsberg. I can't see him. There he goes. He's appeared now. And he's got Slowpoke right up in his sound box. And there goes Slowpoke for the move on Sid the Sloth, but it's not happening. Sid the Sloth absolutely nailing it over the bumps. Crazy stuff. That's wonderful. Beautiful. Mad Dog then in the lead, being chased by Silly Shot. Silly Shot going on the grass as well. He's taking the whole track. He's taken the lead, in fact. So Wayne off camera just slipped behind the Silly Shot, who is absolutely nailing it in the mud at the moment and leaving no questions asked or answered. Oh, he's answering a lot of questions out there on the track. Wayne, all he can do is chase him down as Sai closes in. Sai, somewhat a mud expert and off-road. Oh, Phaser just had a big knock with the barrier, and Brownie will be very pleased to see that indeed. But Phaser somehow surviving with his swipe with barrier, and Brownie just driving into, even if they like the bonnet view, it's, well, they get a bit more, I suppose. They can see a bit more from that view. But the cockpit, no way, you can't see a thing. Oh, Brownie going for the moves on Phaser. He's around the outside. And Phaser is he's done. He's done. Brownie's got him. Beautiful, beautiful stuff there. All started with Phaser having a swipe with the barrier, and Phaser's hit the barrier hard, pointing the wrong way. He's lined it up, but Carlsberg comes through. And Phaser, the story of his championship. He has the tools to go absolutely supersonic, but there's always something, there's always a hill or a bump or a curb that is against him in these races and waiting to take him out. Phaser then down into 6th as Carlsberg moves up into 5th, and Brownie now in 4th. Sai closing into the leaders. Mad Dog not letting Silly Shot get away with everything. Silly Shot having to be honest here, under the watchful eye of the Mad DOGG, as Sai comes in to level the playing field. Here he comes up the inside. The Mad Dog is aware of him. They're side by side going through the corner. A simulus. Oh, I don't know. What do they do with the swimming people when they do it all together? And it begins with an S. See, my wife's usually sat there and she answers me. But my brain's numb, ladies and gents. I've not come off nights very well this weekend. I don't know why. Mad DOGG though holds his own up against the Sai. I'm still trying to think that something swimming when they all do it and they look the same. Who knows? Synchronized, that's the one. Synchronized. Thank you, Adam. For God's sakes, man. What happened to my brain? It really locked up. It really just locked up totally. There was synchronized sliding about 10 minutes ago when I couldn't think of the word. But the Mad Dog's taken the lead again. He's not into your synchronized sliding. He's off. He's got a championship to win, you know what I mean? Oh, a little rub with the barrier. It's expected, but Silly Shot comes through. And he's looking to take the attack here with Sai. The top 3 breaking away. Where's the Brownie? The Brownie, he's there in sight. He can see him. He just can't reach him. So the Brownie, he's just seeing the tail of the dust as they disappear into the distance. But Brownie all on his own as well. This should be good points. He's not under the attack of Carlsberg. Niggle's got himself ahead of the Poke. The Poke slipped down behind Phaser after Phaser's big drop. He's managed to gain off of Slowpoke there, with Sid the Sloth struggling on the hill in 9th, and Firepower going to close in. Firepower going to gain position on Sid the Sloth. But the Mad DOGG at the moment is putting it to bed, ladies and gentlemen. Fastest man on the mud, and he is absolutely, I reckon he's driven a tractor at some point in his life. That man has driven a tractor, because he seems to be quite comfortable there in the dirt. Wayne, the Mad DOGG tractor puller. Silly Shot then in 2nd, having problems with Sai. Sai coming in. Sai has not read the book. The rule book on, oh, and then Silly Shot catches the barrier, and Sai easily gets through and up and into 2nd place. Beautiful stuff here. We're 6 minutes into this 15-minute race, and it has been absolutely big balls all the way. It's tip and shaft. They've left nothing behind. Brownie there in 4th, with Carlsberg in 5th. We've got Niggle and Phaser duking it out. Niggle leaving it again for that late push into the race to start coming through and gaining big points on people. He takes a little time to warm up. He's the kind of guy, he likes a lot of foreplay before the action, if you know what I'm saying. Phaser in 7th with Slowpoke in 8th. And Firepower under threat now from... No, Firepower's on the attack, remember, because Sid the Sloth was ahead. And Sid the Sloth going a little wide there, but he's still holding on. The car, when you're out there on the mud, it feels like an eternity to get it moving again. It just seems to be like bogged down. And Sid the Sloth and Firepower going side by side, and amazing racing up and down the field, ladies and gentlemen. There is no man left behind in this league. They are all of the same level of racing. It is beautiful. Sid the Sloth, though, leaving Firepower behind as Firepower snags himself up on a bit of fencing. The Mad DOGG flying high against the Psy, and Silly Shot slipping down into 3rd after we saw him catch that barrier. And he is determined, ladies and gentlemen, determined to gain traction in this championship and try and push himself above. He's got Niggle, Slowpoke and Hodgie. We've got no Hodgie today, so that's a big points loss for the Hodgemeister. And Silly Shot, he's looking to make huge gains, big gains. It's a big gains down the gym kind of day, you know. He's been chugging up on the high fats, and he's going to be pushing some heavy weights called Psy and the Mad Dog. At the moment, though, Mad Dog under control. Everything's under control. The whippersnapper Psy is coming in, but he's no big Billy Bollocks. Who's him? Who are you? Who are you, sir? This is the Mad DOGG, champion of last season. Champion of the season. No, I think Slowpoke might have won last season. Well, he's a champion at any cost, at any means. So who are you? Who does Psy think he is, coming in with all his new bullshit liveries and stuff like that, eh? With his ostrich. In the chat, we've got, hey, Nath, saying, would love to see a Scooby versus Evo Rally League on a Wednesday. That would be right. I think, though, they've got something called the Rivals in the Ultimate Racing League, where they're doing, I think, the Subaru and the Mitsubishi, but like the Group 3 car or something, I'm not sure. So, but at the moment, Psy is coming up. He does think he is the boy. He is the bee's knees. He thinks he's something special here, ladies and gentlemen. Standing up to the king. Who does he think he is? It's the DOGG. Don't mess, yeah? But Psy is. Silly Shot slipping behind these guys, and is the Brownie catching? The Brownie's being caught by the Berg, though. That's the thing. Brownie trying to put down the lap times, lay the law. He's a championship contender as he slides out into the scenery, and Berg gets even closer. The Berg. He took down the Titanic, and he'll take down Brownie. You just watch. And Niggle in 6th, Phaser in 7th, ahead of Slowpoke at the moment in 8th. Sid the Sloth in 9th, holding his own up against the Firepower. And Psy's in the lead. Oh my gosh, what? It was all right. It was very, very not that long ago. So Mad DOGG landing it in that corner, it has to be said, but Psy just scything through the corner, a little bit of contact to say hello, and then he just got a better drive out that final corner, didn't he? Oh my lord. And Psy then, fresh blood up in the front now, going up against the king. Brilliant stuff. Mad DOGG will not rest with that, I tell thee. And what a race, what a battle we're having. We're over 10 minutes into this race now, 11 minutes if you want to be more accurate. So 4 minutes of racing left, and it's still anyone's to take between Psy and Mad Dog, because they've left the group behind. Silly Shot there in 3rd, hunting them down, and a little bit away. Brownie is up and ahead of the Berg. Or was it? No, the Berg was coming for the Brownie, wasn't he? Yeah, no, sorry, the other way around. Brownie in trouble at the moment. Brownie all over the bumps in a irregular manner, and Carlsberg comes through. Those bumps are a killer over the start straight line. And the Berg then up and into the fourth, more fresh blood getting into the action. Brownie in fifth. I mean, they're not fresh blood now. They've taken part in most of the season. They just weren't here at the beginning of the season or here for last season. But they're back, and they're bad. Nigel in sixth. He's seeing that second place in the championship slip away, I believe. And then we've got Fazer in seventh. And since the barrier punt, he's had a steady race. Well, the last 2 laps weren't a great highlight, but he's there. Look, he's beautiful driving. It's a man in control of his machine. But just every now and then, a bloody barrier might get in the way, or a curb, or something. An obstacle of some kind. But Fazer at the moment, pushing on, trying to catch up with the Nigel. Slowpoke in 8th. And he's had a couple of rounds he'd rather forget. This may be one of them. I don't think he is. He finds the mud as much fun as some other guys. And Sid the Sloth in 9th. Ahead of Firepower. Firepower took the fight to Sid the Sloth, but hit a barrier, and he's having to play catch up ever since. Side's under great pressure from the Mad DOGG at the moment for the lead of this race, and it's like 2 cocks out there fighting. It's beautiful. So not cocks fighting, but seeing them fight, them race each other. Sai and the mid DOG trying to get on top of this race. Silly Shot is safe in that third, but the more they battle each other up ahead is more of a chance for Silly Shot to get into that action again. Carlsberg holding off the Brownie. Good points for Carlsberg. Fazer in 6th. He's gone ahead. Wasn't he 7th? I don't know who we've lost there. Nigel slipped down the order. Oh no. So Nigel slipping down into 7th. Another position for Fazer. Great race from the Faze Meister at the moment. Nigel in 7th. Slowpoke in 8th. And him and Nigel are in a close battle in the championship. So not a lot of points lost. That should raise Slowpoke's spirits a little bit, seeing that one of the contenders, Hodgie not here, and Nigel down in his area, has got to make him feel a little bit better that the points loss is only to the Mad DOGG, and Silly Shot and Sai have got to be a concern coming up from behind. Sid the Sloth in 9th with the Firepower in 10th, but it's Sai and the Mad DOGG that are giving it all the big wellies at the moment in the racing arena, and Sai has not put a foot wrong. He is driving ace perfect at the moment to try and keep off the relentless dog behind him. And with only 30 odd seconds left of racing, can he maintain, ladies and gentlemen? Can he keep the dog off of the sofa? Mad Dog hits a barrier, goes flying, and his Silly Shot comes through and up to 3rd place. And oh my gosh, he kept the dog off the sofa. He kept the dog out of the house and in the garden. Good night. And Sai then brings it on home with 10 seconds left until the checkered flag. He's going to get across the line and do a lap of victory, I'm sure. And Silly Shot then comes through in 2nd place. And the Mad DOGG gets 3rd. Great podium, but not what he was expecting. Carlsberg against the Brownie. The brown streak, never to be counted out. But the Berg is a solid force. But no, the Brownie, like I said, never to be counted out. Absolutely launched it over the hills and took the Berg on the line. Fazer maintains 6th, and I mean, he's got to take that. He's hit the barrier once or twice, and beautiful lift there from the Faze Meister to grab 6th place. Then we've got Slowpoke in 7th. Ahead of Nigel in the end. Ahead of Nigel. So Slowpoke, that race, it was not the worst case scenario. It was an okay scenario with the Mad Dog finishing in 3rd, and he finishes ahead of Nigel, and it's not what Nigel wanted, I'm sure. Sid the Sloth crossing the line in reverse. Beautiful. Oh, not quite in reverse, but he went backwards. It was beautiful. And Firepower there with the yellow flag with Sid the Sloth's reverse maneuver over the hill, finishes in 10th. But it's Sai, ladies and gentlemen, Sai today. Absolutely lit up the timing sheets and lit up the race. Great drive from Sai to take the win. I don't know if it's his first win. I don't think it is. I think he's had a couple of others. But he's had an absolute cracking one here in the mud. And Silly Shot in second place. And in the chat, Sai saying, what a time to come in. I'm Silly Shot. Just got the overtake. And Nate saying, nice finish there. You had to be there, Silly. Nate saying, enjoying the victory lap. Sai, enjoy that victory lap. So, yeah, Sai, fantastic stuff. Silly Shot coming through. In the end, when the Mad Dio Double G decided to hit a barrier and go for a mad spin and comes in third place. Brownie just launching the Delta over the hill there and taking Carlsberg on the line. That was so tight. Poor Carlsberg. He did not see that coming, I'm sure. But Brownie, absolutely Senna-esque. I remember Senna doing something. I don't remember, but I remember a story of Senna realising if you just slung it at Magny Cors across a line, they had to change the track because it was like the last lap of qualifying, and he just slung it in there. He was never going to make the next corner or something, but he got across the line with a super time. So yeah. Brownie using his environment for him. Adam saying great set of timings over the line. Fantastic stuff. So Brownie in fourth. Carlsberg coming in fifth. Phaser in sixth, ahead of Slowpoke and Niggle. Small steps for Phaser. His slow climb to the top continues. Slowpoke, I say it not a day he wants to remember, but he's ahead of the Niggle, and there's no Hodgie. These are the people he's around in the championship, so that cannot hurt. But Sai and Silly Shot are also behind and coming through fast, so this championship's wild, ladies and gents. Niggle in eighth, not what he was looking for either. Not a great points haul. Sid the Sloth, fantastic race. Under the pressure of firepower as well. He kept true to the cause, and he just absolutely nailed that Delta into every corner. It was a delicious thing to see. And firepower, he put up the fight, but he got caught up in a barrier, and then he dropped behind somewhat. So it's Sai who is the hero of the day, and a great drive indeed. Thank you very much. We salute you, sir. That's only one race, though, ladies and gentlemen. We've got two others coming your way. And I cannot wait for what more action we could have from Sardegna Windmills. I love the mud. I just do. I just think the cars look great when they're sliding around. I think it's race two, yeah. It's unpredictable. You never know what's going to... I mean, look at that with Mad Dog. He was absolutely racing like a crazed pro sim racer. He was on the ball chasing down Sai, and that's the same results. Is this not the same race? Not that one. Why did I just close it? I didn't mean to close it. Sorry, ladies and gents. I'm all of a sudden I'm looking for this. That's what I wanted. Hang on, I'm going to pause it a sec and go back because I'm not prepared. Yeah, no, that's the results of the first race, sorry. Something seemed odd. Didn't we have more people? Yeah, we had 10 in the last one. We've lost someone. So Sai then starts on the front with Silly Shot in second and the Mad Dio Double G in third as they finished in the last race. Brownie starts in fourth with Berg in fifth ahead of Phaser in sixth. Slowpoke starting in seventh with Sid the Sloth in eighth and Firepower. Oh, it's Niggle we lost. Oh no. Niggle has gone. He has deserted us. He has abandoned us, ladies and gentlemen, in our hour of need. How could he do this to us? Well, hopefully everything's all right. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Another 15-minute blast around the windmills, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. The start last time was absolutely
of late they've been holding them, but these starts are absolutely lickety split. And there we could see, I think Brownie was a little slow to react to the lights there, and he slipped down behind behind Carlsberg. He was ahead of Carlsberg. And Fazer, lightning start from Fazer, up to fourth, third, count them. He's gone a bit wide there though, and the Mad Dio Double G all up in his business, with the Berg coming through as well. Silly Shot has taken the lead from Sai, and these two young bucks have gone ahead to take the fight away. Mad Dog gets himself back up into third, ahead of the Fazer, as Carlsberg goes wide through that corner and loses out to the champs ahead of him. Then we've got Slowpoke on the barrier, but absolutely holding on, as Sid the Sloth looked like he got snagged up with the barrier a little bit there. And Firepower again wants to bring that battle up they had earlier. Slowpoke slips down to seventh as the Brownie in sixth. Carlsberg in fifth now, with Fazer giving the Mad Dio Double G a lot to think about there in fourth and third. Sai slipping back from Silly Shot. Silly Shot not hanging around this time. He wants full points for this one. And third place was not good enough for him last time out, and he aims to absolutely rinse this one. But Sai is so fast in the mud, no one can understand. It must be his differential. It must be the differential settings in his brain, because Sai absolutely sends it when it is muddy and slippery and not great conditions. So the Mad Dio Double G though, great on all surfaces, is aiming. Well, I don't know if he's doing damage control. No, because he's got the ability to win these. It's not like he's just clinging on. I mean, that was just unfortunate for him from second place to third last time around from hitting that barrier. But he's the king of all surfaces, is the Mad Dio Double G. So I wouldn't count him out, even though Silly Shot and Sai are absolutely landing it here this round. Carlsberg up into fourth place now, Brownie in fifth, Slowpoke sixth, Fazer slips down the order. Fazer's story is a long and torturous one. It's a tearjerker at the very least. It's not an erotic novel, it's a tearjerker, ladies and gentlemen. And Slowpoke up into sixth place, with Firepower now ahead of the Sloth. And Firepower is starting to get the action going. He's got to gain some points on the phase ahead of him. Fazer and Firepower in a points battle in the championship there. And Fazer at the moment coming out of this one. Oh, the Delta landed a little odd there, but he kept it together. And Fazer then needs the points on our boy Firepower, who's chasing him down. Sid the Sloth in ninth. Sai is in the lead. He's taken the lead away from Silly Shot. And Silly Shot will not put up with that, I tell thee. And Mad Dio Double G slipping behind and in the trouble of territory of Carlsberg and the Brownie. Brownie's like, yeah, I'll sit behind Carlsberg. I know what to do. I know what to do on the very last lap. I just send it over the hill and fly in front of him. I think Brownie took that position with all four wheels off the road. It was amazing. It still is. It's still amazing. I'm still going on about the move from last race. Silly Shot back in the lead. Sorry, I'll keep an eye on these two because they're to and fro-ing. They are doing a Patrick Swayze and the chick. I didn't know. She didn't become a big actress, so she was in Friends once. But Silly Shot then is ahead of the side. Jennifer something. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It was a poor reference. It was going to be some Dirty Dancing reference, and I gave up on it halfway through. So, because of the mud, it was, yeah. It was too cerebral for this channel, for sure. For sure. It was, I was going, you know. And my brain's not even ticking over very well anyway today, so why would I try and do clever things? See, can't even think of words. So Silly Shot out there is leading the way. I should just shout a lot and point at the telly. Sai closed in there where Silly Shot made a slight mistake and had a touch with Barry R, and Sai then right back into the hot spot. And what is a hot spot not? It's not a good spot. So the Mad Dio Double G losing sight of those leaders, but he seems to be safe ahead of the Carlsberg and the Brownie, and the Carlsberg carrying on that fight from before, on board with you really can't see much, can you? Poor souls. They had to race like this for a whole evening. They must have been like, their eyes must have been feeling funny at the end of it. So Brownie chewing on the Berg's dust at the moment as they go over the start straight, and those little bumps, they can be absolutely torturous if you hit them wrong. And there he goes, a lovely slice around the outside, and it's the Brownie getting the move done there. Beautiful stuff. And the Berg left out to dry, ladies and gentlemen, with Brownie slicing through that corner absolutely deliciously and getting the job done. Silly Shot's dropped behind. Silly Shot, something's happened up here as well. Sai and Silly Shot look like something's happened between them, because they're back with the Mad Dio Double G. No, the Mad Dio Double G has just absolutely sent it. He's on a mission. He burns past the Silly Shot, and he says, Sai, you're next. Unbelievable. What happened? Someone turned a Mad Dog on. Someone initiated Go Mad Dog, and Wayne G complied. Unbelievable stuff. So Sai in trouble at the moment as the Mad Dio Double G has been triggered, and Silly Shot sitting in the dust. We got Brownie just slicing it past the Berg. Unbelievable racing on screen that we are seeing. Phaser in 6th, being chased down by the Poke. Sid the Sloth in 8th, back ahead of Firepower, but it's tight between the two of them. There's nothing, no one can call it between the Sloth and the Power at the moment. They are tooth and nail at it. Sai still leads this race. He took the win in the first race, and the Mad Dio Double G is not going to let that happen twice. And Silly Shot again back in that 3rd spot. He's not going to be happy with that. He wants Maximo points. Also, Silly Shot. I mean, Sai, it was Sai up ahead, had a little rub with the barrier there over the bumps, and the Mad Dio Double G is coming in. And now it's all about the Wayne G. No, it's not. Silly Shot's back in the action. 3 wide. And Silly Shot from nowhere comes in and takes all of the credits. No, Sai's still there. And Silly Shot goes wide, so the Mad Dio Double G should be back into the action. And it's Sai leads at the moment, with Silly Shot coming in hard and fast. Oh, and wide, but okay. Off the barrier, we're fine. And Mad Dio Double G, what a race we're having here. Carlsberg against the Brownie. The Brownie doesn't need to get past the Berg. Oh, he's already been past the Berg, so the Berg's got back ahead of the Brownie here. Then we've got Phaser, Slowpoke, Sid the Sloth on Firepower's radar, and Slowpoke is away from those guys, but it's up at the front with Sai, Silly Shot, and the Mad Dio Double G on board with Wayne G at the moment. It looks like Silly Shot going a little wide there. We've got some side-on-side action as the Mad Dog goes past him. And then you gotta, aim your car before you go over the bump of where you want to land. And that wasn't too bad. He didn't bounce over that bump so much. Oh, I love a car that just slides. I love these mud races. They are fun. It's not like I'd want to do them week in, week out. It's just too much. But, oh, look at the slide on that. Unbelievable. I like it. I like it a lot. So the Mad Dio Double G at the moment, and Silly Shot being left behind, but not for long. Because he knows how to, he knows the secret. He knows, he's got the key. He's got the secret. He's got the key to another place. I've got the key. I got the secret. So The Mad DOG at the moment in second, but Silly Shot coming through. Carlsberg he's back ahead of the Brownie. We should hang around with these two for a while, because they are slicing and dicing with each other. I know Carlsberg was ahead of the Brownie before, but they're tight racing. I reckon they've overtaken each other at least 3 times off screen. And then the Berg again coming, getting a little feel off of the Brownie. The Brownie letting him know he's there, making him well aware of his oh God, I'm telling you, the brain's shut down. Presence, that's the one. Making him well aware of his presence. I don't know what word I was trying to think of. It's a struggle, ladies and gents. I work nights, okay, and it just we haven't done very well turning nights into days this weekend. I'm all into pieces. I wake up, I'm getting up at around 12ish, and my brain still thinks it's middle of the night, so I'm all of a t'other. Mad Dog back up into second place, ahead of the Shot, ladies and gentlemen. Silly Shot closing in, though. I don't know, that looked a bit odd from the Mad Dog. I think he caught something there, and Silly Shot does make his way back up and into second. And this battling down here for second and third is great for Cy, for him to get away, absolutely disappear. He's packed his bags, he's leaving on a jet plane. Carlsberg there in fourth, with the Brownie in fifth. And the Brownie has been staring at the back of the Berg for all too long, he thinks. It's time to make some adjustments to the order of things. And Carlsberg is quite happy with the way things are. He says, no, you just stay back there. And Brownie again getting a good run down the hill over the bumps. And this is where he did it in the first race, but not quite. Carlsberg's wise to it now. And he sends it over the bump as well. He says, yeah, no, I'm not dabbing my brakes for that bump. I'll just send it as well, sir. So Carlsberg then holding on to fourth against the Brownie. But what a race these guys are having. Silly Shot is back up into second. Yeah, Silly Shot and Mad Dog were battling it out. And Silly Shot seems to be doing better. He's pulling away from the Mad DOGG, but the Mad Dog is the fastest man on track. Then we've got Phaser in sixth, chasing down that combo. Oh, Brownie and Carlsberg absolutely duking it out there. I think Brownie came in a bit hot, and he's eased off, I think, to give Carlsberg back any kind of anything he took away from him. But Phaser, if their battling continues, he could possibly close in on this one. Slowpoke in seventh, not something he's used to doing, not something that he's oh, and Sid the Sloth is coming in for a battlage here, and Slowpoke will not be used to this at all. Oh, although Sid Sloth went in a bit hard on that barrier, and Slowpoke survives. Seventh place, but Sid the Sloth, look at him go. He's through. Oh, is there something wrong with Slowpoke? Not that there's anything against Sid the Sloth, but that was in a straight line. That's just usually down to accelerating. So Slowpoke, I don't know, he's got the foot right down, but Sid the Sloth flying at the moment, but he's gone too hard, too deep, and he's still there. I was expecting Slowpoke to be ahead, because Sid the Sloth just went disappearing off the side of the screen. So I was expecting he was probably snagged up with the barrier. I was still on Sid the Sloth, so the camera didn't follow him. Oh, we got a spin from the poke there, not enjoying the bumps, and Sid the Sloth is flying from one side of the screen to he slowed down. He thinks that was his fault. He slowed down for the poke. We've only got 2 more minutes of this race to go. It's crazy. So Cy is out in the lead. Silly Shot in second, and the Mad DOGG again third. No, Silly Shot finished third last time around, didn't he? Oh no, because the Mad Dog hit the wall, didn't he, and went for a mad spin. So again, same order from the first race. And Cy, king of the mud possibly, ladies and gentlemen. The Mud King. His empire of dirt, as the 9 Inch Nails would say. And Cy. Against Silly Shot and the Mad DOGG here. We've got Carlsberg is still ahead of the Brownie, sorry. And we know the Brownie likes to save it for that final corner to go for a big hoo-ha. Sai, and now Silly Shot is being caught with the Mad Dog again. We've still got a minute, just under a minute on the clock. Sai flies as the Mad Dio Double G reclaims second place from Silly Shot there. What a race these guys are having out there. Carlsberg still ahead of the Brownie, and Silly Shot now losing on that second place against Mad Dio Double G, and he's coming back at him, but the Mad Dog is absolutely caning it. He is belting it out there. We've got a yellow flag up ahead. Firepower and Slowpoke has just pulled over altogether. Slowpoke is having an absolute mare of a race, or he's waiting for the clock to run out. That's what it is. And again, Sai gets a lap of honour as Wayne finishes in second, Silly Shot in third. Carlsberg is ahead of the Brownie. Has the Brownie got any surprises this time? Can the Carlsberg keep him behind for this second race? And yes, the Berg sends it. Oh, the Brownie sent it harder, but the Berg got to the line just ahead of the Brownie. Phaser gets himself a fine sixth place with Sid the Sloth coming on home. His car is wild, isn't it? It's always one side of the screen to the other. There must be something wrong with his steering. But Sid the Sloth then bringing it on home. He's got a bent steering rack. That's what it is. Ooshka. How far away from the line is he? Well, Slowpoke slowed down for the timer. He'd had enough. He said, no more, sir. And Sid the Sloth just throwing it at all the scenery. And he's having fun, so don't stop him now again with the scenery. It's the last lap. I mean, Firepower's coming in, though. Where is it? Oh, that's Sai on his lap of honour, so we've got to get Sai over the line, haven't we? Sai still giving it all of the juice there, and takes the win as Sid the Sloth grabs 7th place. Glorious stuff. And Firepower finishes in 8th ahead of the Poke, and Niggle didn't get to the start. So Sai, 2 in a row, ladies and gentlemen. He really is going to be making some inroads in that championship. Then we have the Mad Dio Double G on the comeback there, looking like 3rd place was all his in this race, and then he just absolutely went into beast mode and pulled that 2nd place back. And Adam in the chat saying, unfortunate start for those caught up. And Adam saying, halfway through and the race is alive with action up and down the field. It was, man. It was unbelievable stuff. Silly Shot there finished in 3rd, with Carlsberg coming home 4th ahead of Brownie. So redemption and everything else that he was looking for from that first race. Phaser in 6th place there, with Sid the Sloth having a wild race. He was having a wild time out there, got himself 7th. Firepower in 8th, and Slowpoke not having a good time, finishing in 9th. One more then for Slowpoke to deal with. And then I think it's fine. It's all dry. Well, not dry, but it's all on the grey stuff for the rest of the season. For the last 2 races of the season, we're all back to the norm. So, yeah, this is the last muddy one. Out of the way, done and dusted for some of these guys. But for us, it's been a great treat. A right fun piece of action. And, yeah, I apologise for my struggling. I am... Hey, someone just beeped. Beep, beep. Right, what am I looking for? See, it's just the brain is foggy. The brain has a fog upon it, ladies and gents. So, Slowpoke starts from the front. He'll be so pleased. I'm sure he is so pleased about that. Slowpoke starts at the front. Firepower in 2nd. Then we've got Sid the Sloth starting in 3rd, with Phaser in 4th. Brownie in 5th, ahead of the Berg in 6th. Silly Shot starting in 7th, with the Mad Dio Double G starting in 8th, and Sai in 9th. And this is going to be 15 minutes of absolute sending it. Let's get underway. And they are off. Everyone off to a good start. Slowpoke knows already. He's pulled out of it. And then, oh, unfortunately, I think Carlsberg was going for a move around and didn't realise Slowpoke was going to be there and give Slowpoke a little knock up the rear derriere. But Sid the Sloth, with his tactic of just sending it in every corner. What's the use of brakes when you've got a barrier to slow you down? Is Sid the Sloth's motto here. And Sid the Sloth doing it. It's working for him, ladies and gentlemen. So don't knock it. Ooh, ouch! No, it's not working now because that barrier really snagged him up. So, but it was working for a short while there. Phaser then is in the lead. This is it. A lot of pressure on the Phaser. He's got his hazards lights on because he thinks he's the pace car. Mad Dog is already up into second place, closing in on the Phaser and absolutely pelted the Phaser out of the way. Get your hazard lights off, lad. This means you're not racing. Silly Shot then going for the lead, and it's gone crazy. Everyone, it's bumper cars now, ladies and gentlemen. All racing etiquette is out the window. It's the mud. There is no way of stopping these cars or keeping them under in any control whatsoever. So we're just going for... It's your Sunday afternoon banger racing. And Slowpoke in 8th, Carlsberg in 9th. So Silly Shot leads this race. This is his best chance. Sai, who has won the previous 2 races here, is still in with the chance of the action. Brownie, who we saw absolutely legendary drive back in España, has only been off. He hasn't even been on the podium yet today. So he'll be wanting to finish on a bang. As Sai then in 3rd. Sai sends it in that corner. He certainly did. He sends it. Or was that Sid the Sloth? Oh, it's Sid the Sloth, I think. Phaser up and into 4th place, as is the Mad Dio Double G. And Sid the Sloth just going for it. He's going for it in every corner. Oh my word. And Phaser, Mad Dog's through. Mad Dog's through now of Sid the Sloth, and as Phaser goes through as well. And Sid the Sloth out of control, ladies and gentlemen, out of control in the Lancia Delta. Firepower in 8th, and Slowpoke not wanting to take part, I feel, in 9th. So Brownie out there. Brownie is out there, ladies and gentlemen. He's back in the lead, where he belongs, and pulling out a lead. A gap, sorry. Silly Shot in 2nd with Sai in 3rd. The Mad Dio Double G a little bit behind these guys. Looks like he got snagged up a little bit in the field. And he's got a long way to go to get into the action. Phaser in 5th, not too far behind the Mad Dio Double G, as Carlsberg as well in 6th, ahead of Sid the Sloth, who is absolutely flying today. Firepower in 8th, although the Slowpoke's just got one up the inside of him, and Slowpoke now back in the action. We've got yellow flags. It might be Sid the Sloth there. He seems to be going slow out of the corner, and here comes Slowpoke. What a very hidden camera. What we got? Some sort of voyeur camera, that one, hidden behind the reeds. So Sid the Sloth in 7th, Slowpoke closing in on him. Carlsberg in 6th. We got Phaser in 5th with the Mad Dog just ahead of him, and then the Brownie out there in the lead. Fastest man on track at the moment, currently. And he's taking no prisoners. He's not hanging around. He's just flying out there. Beautiful stuff. Silly Shots and the Sai taking up their battle as before in the 2 previous races, and Silly Shot will be wanting to get the upper hand in this one, as Sai so far has taken control of every situation so far this evening. The Mad Dio Double G, still good points ahead of those chasing him. Niggle has dipped, and Hodgie didn't even show up. and Slowpoke is having a nightmare. So yes, the Mad Dio Double G at the moment, championship's looking okay. He might have come away from this round with no wins, but who needs wins when you've got a bag full of points? Phaser, though, wants to mess things up for the Mad Dio Double G. Whilst Sai chases down Silly Shot, and Brownie seems untouchable, ladies and gents. In the third race, he's had a whiff of a win, and he is absolutely lording it out there in the FINA Lancia Delta Intragale. Unbelievable championship. I've got to say, this championship has been an absolute banger. I'm going to be sad to see it go. We've still got 2 rounds. I think it's a Red Bull next, and then Goodwood. So Goodwood's going to be a tough one. Goodwood's going to be a tough one. We might see more off-road driving in Goodwood than we probably do here. So yeah, Goodwood, that final round is going to be a humdinger. And if the championship's anything to go by, I mean, the Mad Dog is a little bit ahead, but Silly Shot and Sai have really closed in this round with the points. So, and Brownie, remember Brownie's in the periphery of that championship battle. So yeah, we might have still the contention for the championship in the final round, which would be amazing. But Brownie at the moment absolutely slinging Deltona out there, and king of all. Sai, don't count him out. He's won the last 2. We're halfway through, and he's still in the top 3, still in sight of those leaders. So it's not over and done with there for Sai. The Mad Dio Double G is closing in, though. It does seem like he's catching them up, and he's bringing Phaser along for the laugh, for the funds. And then Carlsberg there in 6th. Carlsberg having a bit of a lonely race. He'll be getting some sort of light syndrome from this, because him and Brownie have been little race buddies throughout this round. He's probably missing his Brownie at the moment, the Carlsberg. Slowpoke, he's got himself ahead of Firepower and Sid the Sloth so far in this race. Sid the Sloth, the wild card of the weekend, absolutely slinging that Delta and just having fun with it. It's great stuff to see. And Firepower as well. Frustration, I think, for Firepower, because he's getting good times out of it. He's looking very controlled in the corners, and it's just not gone the way he wanted it to go today. But the Brown Meister, patience pays off then, ladies and gentlemen, because the Brownie has been stuck midfield all of this round, fighting with the Berg, and now he has risen to the top. He rises, he cometh back, like someone else famous did. Silly Shot in 2nd place, but in sight of the Brownie, and he has closed in on the Brownie at the moment. Sai slipping back a little bit, I would say, with the Mad Dog coming in. So Silly Shot on board with 2nd place Silly Shot as he tries to close in on the Brownie. The Brownie looks a little out of control down the hill, and that gives Silly Shot the opportunity to close in on the Brownster, the Brown Streak. And at the moment, Brownie, though, keeping it alive, keeping the race alive. We're coming up to 9 minutes in the race, and Silly Shot there unable to break open the Brownie, but the Brownie's gone wide there, and Silly Shot took it on the inside, and now Silly Shot leads this race with 6 minutes to go ahead of the Brownie. Unbelievable sights we are seeing, ladies and gentlemen. Sai still in the periphery as the Mad Dio Double G closes in for a 3rd podium. And Sai was looking for a 3rd win, but a 3rd podium would do him as well. And Silly Shot now takes full control of this race. It is my turn, says Silly Shot. This is my arena. And the Brown Meister then on board with the Brownster. Why not? He looks like he's wearing Niggle's uniform. And that is what Brownie can see, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing but dust. Nothing but dust, and his hopes and dreams slipping away. And this is the move. Is it the move? It is the move. The Brownie then, under control, flying high, back up in top, ahead of Silly Shot, and Sai is slowly closing in on the two ahead of him. Mad Dio Double G in sight as well. A top four showdown, ladies and gentlemen, before the end. That's that strange camera, man, hiding behind the wreaths. So Brownie, I'm going to use that one. I'm going to try and find that camera angle for the thumbnail. Brownie then out there in the lead with Silly Shot in second, Sai in third, and Waney in fourth. Waney, currently the fastest man on the track at the moment. And my word, Sai is closing in on the Silly Shot. Brownie has dipped, ladies and gentlemen. He's bounced, he's booking it. So Silly Shot under pressure from Sai at the moment, who's under pressure from the Mad D-O Double G, on board with Waney G, currently in fourth place, 4 minutes on the clock as he chases down those podium riders. Brownie's off in the distance. Phaser's behind us in fifth. Phaser's done a fantastic job. He's ahead of the Berg. I think he's always been ahead of the Berg in this race, but I'm just saying he stayed ahead of the Berg. The Berg's been quite a solid driver today. And on board with the Mad Dio Double G as he chases down Silly Shot in second and Sai in third. We're coming into the closing laps of the race, and this is where every lap counts. No mistakes can be made. And Phaser in fifth, the Berg in sixth, as the Mad Dog gives it some lovely sideways action. But it'll be imprinted in his mind what happened in the first race when he was going for the win, caught the barrier, and then took a 360 instead. Silly Shot under pressure from Sai. Sai really is starting to lean on the Silly Shot now. Really starting to try and press on him. Oh, I thought the back end had gone too far then for the Sai, and I thought he'd lost it altogether over the bumps, but Silly Shot still remains. He is the one that remains in second as Brownie looks to take the win today. Fantastic drive for the Brownie so far. And there is just over 2 minutes of racing to go here. Phaser, solid fifth place. No one's there to scare him or take that place away. Carlsberg a little further down the road in sixth, again, all on his own. Then we've got a little bit of a battle here. Slowpoke, Firepower, and Sid the Sloth, all duking it out. But Slowpoke at the moment getting the better of his Pro Sim racing buddies. Brownie out in the lead with Silly Shot ahead of Sai. Sai coming back in for another attack. And the Mad Dio Double G would love it if he saw these two career into each other. Sai temporarily ahead. Oh, I thought he was going to snag up on that corner, but he got through. Beautiful stuff, and Silly Shot there. Caught by a beautiful racing line by Sai. He absolutely sived it through that chicane, uphill kind of chicane, and Silly Shot was left wrong-footed there, and the Sai just slived through. And the Mad Dio Double G now is going to break the Silly Shot's dreams of a podium if he's not careful. Coming up to 14 minutes, 1 minute on the clock, ladies and gentlemen, and the Brownie has been absolutely solid this whole race. Silly Shot did try and ruffle his feathers a little bit, but the feathers were not to be rustled. He just retook the lead back with no qualms whatsoever. Sai then getting that move done on Silly Shot, and Silly Shot won't forget that. Oh, Silly Shot's hit the barrier hard, and with the Mad Dio Double G behind you, you cannot. The clock is still rolling, so these guys get another lap together. And Phaser then getting across the line. No, maybe that's not where the line is. Maybe it's just around. I don't know where the line is, to tell you the truth. But Brownie at the moment keeping on to that lead with Sai. Oh, Silly Shot in trouble from the Mad Dio Double G in a cloud of dust. Who comes out on top? Here comes it, and the flag's not out yet. Brownie might get one lap, as we have seen. The flag's out, and Brownie takes the win. Great stuff. Science in second, Silly Shot in third, Mad Dog in fourth, with Phaser coming home in fifth place. Great job as he does a great air job over the line in fifth. Carlsberg comes home in sixth. And that's the story of his round, sixth and fifths for the Berg. And Brownie breaks Sai's trio of wins. And wowzers, Berg was nearly a lap behind them, guys. And here he comes then to take sixth place. Sid the Sloth ahead of Firepower, and looks like Slowpoke already taking the line. And Sid the Sloth and Firepower duking it out here, as we have seen during this race. And it's Sid the Sloth at the moment who takes that seventh spot ahead of Firepower. Cracking racing, guys, cracking racing. So the Brown, God, is that a shot? Is that it? Is that the shot we get of the Brownie? That's ridiculous. Okay. Well, Brownie takes all in amongst that dust. So Brownie takes that final race. What a race as well, with Sai in second and Silly Shot there in third, in amongst that dust somewhere. Then the Mad Dio Double G takes fourth in that race. He's lost some points this round, but not against essential people. Niggle and Slowpoke not doing well. So the Mad Dog, it's not a bad round for him, really. Phaser in fifth. It's not a bad result for Phaser. I'm sure he'd take that. Carlsberg in sixth. Sid the Sloth coming home in seventh. What a drive. He is absolutely wild out there was today, Sid the Sloth. Firepower in eighth ahead of Slowpoke, who looked like he was not having a good time. So 2 more rounds to go in this championship, ladies and gentlemen, and it is rather exciting. We cannot wait. In the chat, we've got Adam saying, well done to all the drivers, putting on a great show right to the end. Thanks for the entertaining commentary once again, Thingy. I am sure the competitors appreciate your work. I'm not sure. That one wasn't my best, was it? I was all over the place. The brain was not working at the speed my mouth wanted it to work at. So, yeah. I do apologise for all the ers, the ums, and the forgotten words. Presence. I mean, presence isn't difficult, and synchronisation isn't difficult. But today they weren't in my head, and it really ticked me off. So I apologise. But thank you anyway. I had a great time, at least. Even if it wasn't very good commentary or coverage, I apologise. But it was fun to see those guys in the mud, struggling, let's say. Some of them were struggling, some of them not so much. Is there not a good shot? That looks like about as good as it's going to get. And it's always fun to mix things up. It's always fun to see the cars in a different setting, should we say. So, yeah, I had a great time. Thank you to the Ultimate Racing League for the organisation of these races. Fantastic stuff. Thank you to our competitors that turn in, week out, even though you could see it was painful for them to take part and give us this beautiful entertainment. And thank you to you guys that tune in and support it in any way that you support. I appreciate you. Okie dokie. Thank you. Next, we're going to have at some point, it's a tough day today because I've got ice hockey with the kid, and then we're going to got a race later on tonight with F1. So, but I have got the Gran Turismo Oldies race in the box to do in the. Yeah, look, it's not box, and I can't think of the word, and I just. I'm going to go and have a meltdown. But thank you for joining me. Tiru, peace and love. Peace and love, y'all.